What it do, y'all? It's your girl Makeup and Travel, and for today's video your girl is here to bring you one of my monthly videos, and this has been my video where I talk about how many releases do you wish. So in this series, I go on Trend Mood's Instagram and I go through literally her Instagram and talk about each item that was released in that particular month. This time I am talking about November, which means I quite literally have 1 month left, which I will be doing as soon as January hits. And yeah, I've just been tallying up how many releases each brand has released on Trend Mood, or she has published about, or talked about, if you will, in the new year. And I started last December, I believe. I need to figure that out. Oh God, if I have to go to January. Anyways, yeah. Let me know if you guys are enjoying this series. I can't lie. This has felt like a very big, not pressure, but this has felt tiresome. It has felt tiresome. I've been avoiding doing this video almost every month since like March. And yeah, if you guys aren't dying for me to continue this series, I probably won't in the new year. I probably will wrap it up and put a little bow on it and just give it away to somebody else. But yeah, let's just get into it. So I am going to scoot over this way. As always, I have the picture of the item I'm referring to, and I have on the bottom of the screen, I have the name of the brand and how many items they have released, including the item that's on the screen. I always talk about only makeup items, and I only talk about when they were initially released. I don't talk about when they were revealed, just because I try and mitigate doubling up on items. So yeah, first thing I have for you guys, Jefree Star released his collaboration with Shane Dawson. This was for the holidays. They came out with the Conspiracy palettes, a big palette and a smaller palette, and I believe they had lip products and maybe brushes as well. Oh, they also had what are they called? Mirrors. They had makeup bags, a whole bunch of crap. BH Cosmetics released a new palette and collection called Fairy Lights. They had a loose highlighter, a brush kit, and an eyeshadow palette. The eyeshadow palette looked okay, nothing crazy, nothing insane. UOMA Beauty came out with their brow product. It's called the Brow Fro. And yeah, they are pencil brow products that they released. Covergirl released some new foundations, and it's a dewy finish, and they released them on Amazon. It looks like they're tinted moisturizer, at least packaging, but it says that it's foundation. Go figure. Like I said, it's available on Amazon. Zoeva released their Precious Palette. Wow. Precious Palette, which is a 6-pan eyeshadow palette, which has some purple and pinky tones. Linda Hallberg released her latest set of lipsticks, which were the new velvets, and it's her nudie range. So they're nudie browns, and this was the range that like I really wanted to partake in, but I shall not and cannot. Morphe released their 39H, which is the Hit the Lights palette. I believe this is the palette where they collaborated with like 6 or so influencers. Is that the palette? I don't know. I think that was a collaboration though. I don't know. ColourPop did a collaboration with Pony Makeup, and it was their Bubblegum Pink collection. They had Super Shock shadows, an eyeshadow palette, highlighters, everything from 1 to 3. I don't know. Il Makiage released their concealer range. And yeah, I pretty much haven't heard anything about this, to be honest. But then again, I don't really be checking for concealers, so that might be why. Glossier came out with a new eyeliner. It looks to have a pro tip. It says that it's a brush pointed tip. I do really enjoy brush tips. Currently I only have one liquid liner that's black, and it is actually felt, so I am in hell, but somehow I'm getting through it. Fenty released her Ruby Riches highlighter, and this is like the one that everybody was up in arms about, that was called Geisha originally. Milani came out with their Gilded Gold collection, which had the eyeshadow palette, brushes, I believe they had their like blushes in a set as well, and some lip products as well. L'Oreal released some Infallible loose setting powders and some other Infallible products. They look to be lip products. Let's see. They had a mascara and liquid eyeliner, liquid eyeshadows, lip crayon, and a brow stylist, along with that powder in that range. Ofra released a new mega palette, and it's called the Soul palette. It has 2 huge highlighters, 1 small one, under eye setting powder, 2 blushes, some brow products, and 6 eyeshadows. ColourPop released a new product in their Pretty Fresh lineup, and this is their concealer for that range. It's said to be a hydrating, I believe, light coverage highlighter, or not highlighter, I'm sorry, concealer. Soul Body, which is another ColourPop affiliated brand, released their huge mega highlighters. These are about the same, roughly the same size as the Marc Jacob highlighters. So if you guys have those or have been interested in them, maybe you'll find a shade in this range that works better for you or that you can actually afford. Charlotte Tilbury created or released the Easy Eye palette, and this looks to be a 6-pan eyeshadow palette that is very neutral, very pinky indeed. Laura Lee Losangles released her holiday collection, which was 2 different highlighter palettes and 3 different lip products. I believe by now she's made it so that you can get everything by itself singular, as well as in like a cacophony of bundles. So yeah. ColourPop collaborated with Frozen to do those collections. They have eyeshadow palettes in both the Elsa and the, what's the other girl, and the Anna set, as well as glosses, lipsticks, and glitterly obsessed glitters. Emme Cosmetics came out with their Melt Amerde. What was their holiday? I can never remember what their holiday general name was. I know one is Muerte. Leave it to Trend Mood to not actually say the collection name. I don't remember the collection name, but the one that had the Muerte palette and the Vita pressed palettes in the collection. That was what they released this month. ColourPop also released a Going Coconuts collection, which is a very neutral toned collection. It is browns, but the actual browns are neutral tones, which is unique for ColourPop. They had an eyeshadow palette, I believe, bronzers, mascaras, eyeliners, the whole kit and caboodle. Everything from Elixir released some lipsticks. It looks to be 6 in different variety of colors, and maybe even some lip liners as well. Didn't even know that. Released their collaboration with Lele Pons, which was an eyeshadow palette, I believe, eyelashes, and maybe a lip gloss with that as well. Emme Cosmetics released her holiday collection, or it wasn't even called a holiday collection, it was called the New Magic Hour collection, which had a luminous blush, an eyeshadow palette, and like a glossy stick product. Hause Laboratories released their holiday collection, which appeared to just be glittery lips and very bold, well, and bolder eye base products. I still have not even used the products that I bought from the original launch. Good things. Good things. Kylie Cosmetics released her holiday collection, which the theme was Santa Claus. I believe that was like the theme, if you will, or Santa Baby, one of those. Either way, it was a huge collection, as she always does, with a bunch of crap. Just a bunch of crap. There's no other way to put it. Well, there is, but there's no other way that I'm going to put you that way. Nabla Cosmetics released their Mystic palette, which is a brown, purpley, beautifulness. It's a really pretty palette, and I like the background of it. KKW and Mario did their second collaboration. Like I said in my must-have, must-gag, the only thing that attracted me in this collection was the blush, and the blush is matte, so your girl is just not going to pull the trigger on it, because I have no business bringing matte palette or matte blushes into my collection. Il Makiage had their holiday collection, which had an eyeshadow palette, lip products, and a whole bunch of other stuff. Pretty, but nothing groundbreaking or legendary. Morphe created a blue toned palette and a brown toned palette. These look to be maybe 24, 28 pan palettes. Smaller for Morphe, still not small enough for me. Fenty released the Trophy Wife collection, which basically had every product that she has in her line in that shade. Very daunting situation, but for those who were able to do it, good for you. Kathleen Lights and ColourPop did yet another collaboration, and this one I believe was one where she just pulled shades already in their collection and just put them in a palette that had her name on it. So yeah, and that is that. ColourPop also came out with another new collection, and this one was called Butterfly. This one was a lot more mauve in nature. This was a really pretty palette, and I must say, out of all the palettes that they released this year that I did not pick up, this would be the one that like kind of probably haunts me. It's a very pretty palette, and yeah, it's a pretty palette. Just like Covergirl did those foundations earlier that I talked about. They also did some cream products as well. It looks to be cream highlighters and cream blushes. That's actually very interesting. I wonder if anybody has talked about these. I haven't heard anything. Granted, I haven't been watching makeup videos as often as I used to, but that is very, very interesting. And it might be unique. Benefit Cosmetics released their Professional but also a hydrating version of it. I still haven't tried it. I haven't really bought anything. Not really. I haven't bought anything, but it would be unique to see how that works on me and other people. Shiseido did a collaboration with Frozen as well. I didn't even see this. This is interesting. If I was in Japan, I would probably scoop something like this up, but alas, I have not gone yet, so not something that I feel the need to get, nor probably can I get access to it. ColourPop also released a palette that's called The Bare Necessities. I still always think of Jungle Book. I don't care what you say, and it's unnecessary, just like that song was in The Jungle Book. BH Cosmetics released their, I believe, last palette in this Zodiac range, and this one was for Sagittarius. This was actually one of the better looking palettes in my opinion, so kudos to them for that. ColourPop expanded their highlighter range. The Big Daddy highlighters, they came out with the rosy pink one, and they also came out with associative sprays for their Soul Body range as well. Trixie Beauty came out with the blush palette and the glitters. I haven't heard anybody talk about these, to be honest, and I have no business looking at these, so next. ColourPop released their Good as Gold collection, which is one of their holiday collections, and as it suggests, there are a bunch of golds in here. I think this might be a good way to tease out whether you really need the Natasha Denona Gold palette if you actually get use out of that palette. So ABH released some Z palettes. I actually think these Z palettes look really, really nice. If I wasn't able to get a very similar looking Z palette from Shop Hush, I'd probably go ahead and scoop up one of these, two of these. I do still have a depotting project that I need to go ahead and just do, but I have been milking it as I have been milking a lot of things lately. So yeah, we'll see how that one goes. We're on November 28th, so probably not much left for me to talk about. Just kidding. And where is this from? This is from Origins, and this is a foundation. Once again, I haven't heard anybody talk about this, but like I said prior, I haven't really been watching videos on makeup. So if anybody's talked about that and you suggest them, please do tell me their name or link their video down below for me. ColourPop also came out with some new sets. They were called the Gimme Butterflies, Butter Me Up, and a Flutter, and each eyeshadow palette was released on Ulta, and they all came with their own collections. So they had Super Shock shadows, they had lip glosses, and they had false eyelashes as well. I Heart Revolution came out with a bang when it came to the pet and teddy bear palettes. And they did, like I said, they came out with a bang. They were a lot. Not bang in a good thing, just like bang, like tacky bang. Elf came out with some foiled eyeshadows, glittery eyeshadows. I think this is good for those who want the look of glitter eyeshadows but don't want to pay stealer prices. I can't be bothered to pay stealer prices anymore, but I do really enjoy the application of some shades with that formula, and I do get my use out of some of the shades more than others. But crazy enough, that is it. I feel like I was able to really breeze by that quite quickly. November is the time for sales, not really for releases, although a lot of brands were coming out with their holiday releases. But then again, it was like that split where a lot of them did it really early in October and a lot of them did them in November. I am just going to scoot back over. Probably going to be like the last time where it just goes right over my face because I have so many brands to list. But here is where you guys are going to see the extended length of what the brands are doing and what brands, how many releases brands have done this year. There's no way a brand beat ColourPop. I feel like in this video alone I talked about ColourPop 10 times, and that's with me not really probably saying everything that they released in the month of November. So that is insane. Like I said, I will be double checking to see what month I started in, but I'm pretty sure I started in January talking about the releases in December. So after I do that wrap-up video, or just the video in December, I will do kind of a wrap-up video in January, just telling you guys what I've learned doing this video and what I've learned about myself in general this year, just really taking the time to address my purchasing habits. But that's all I have for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and as always, y'all, it has been real. Peace.